Hello, hello, and welcome back, everybody. So you decided to learn boxing and you want to learn how to hit the heavy bag, whether for workout, exercise, or you're actually learning to box and you would like to improve on your condition, your abilities, strength, stamina, speed, you name it. The heavy bag workout is a lot of fun. It's great, but also could be damaging to your wrists and knuckles if you're not careful or if you don't know what you're doing when you're hitting the heavy bag. Now, most people that go and buy a heavy bag for the home use, they end up with a 70-pound Everlast or Title boxing type of bag, vinyl or leather or canvas. Very light bags. We don't really recommend those bags because if you're an adult and you're decent in strength, these bags are going to be flying all over the place. So if you don't have anybody to hold the bag for you when you train, I would get rid of that. I get myself a nice, decent bag, 130 pounds to 200 pounds. Because the heavier the bag, the less sway it's going to have when you punch it. Also, it's going to be more fun to hit a heavier bag because you're going to have more control and you're going to have more resistance from the bag. Also, those Everlast bags, they make them with, they stuff them with sandbags, and the sandbags always end up finding each other in the front and the bottom of the bag, and you end up hitting the bag and hurting your hands. It's like hitting rocks. So these bags by Ringside are my favorite. They have a layer of carpet padding, and then they stuff them with clothes, sorry. They stuff them with clothes, and they range from 130. We have something there about 150 pounds. They're very easy on the hands. They don't get really hard. So I highly recommend those. They're not cheap, but you pay for what you get. Anyhow, so here we go. Hitting the heavy bag. If you never boxed before or you don't know, you haven't learned anything, you shouldn't start here. You should go and look for videos that teach you how to stand, how to move, use your footwork, throw the jab, the cross, the hook, and the uppercut. Once you get to practice that a little bit and you're a little bit more familiar with those skills, head movement too, then you come back and you learn to hit the heavy bag. Don't start here on hitting the heavy bag and you have zero knowledge of boxing. You will most definitely end up hurting yourself. But if you have some knowledge and you're here because you know how to do some boxing stance, footwork, jab cross, left hook, right hand. If you're a righty, obviously if you're a lefty, it's the other way around, then stick around. Always use protection. Wrap your hands. Make sure you wrap your hands tight and neat inside your gloves. If you don't know how, look up for videos that teach you to do that. There's tons of them on the internet. I certainly have one, and that will prevent you or help prevent wrist injury. But here's a quick tip about hitting the bag and preventing wrist injury. Don't bend your wrist inside the glove. Never try to bend your wrist, right? When you throw a hook, always push your elbow out this way and keep your wrist straight. Bending the wrist is the problem when hitting the bag or hitting someone else, is you're going to end up catching the wrist in the wrong angle, put a lot of pressure on, and it's going to hurt. Also, avoid catching your thumb on the bag because that will hurt too. The two most common injuries are the thumb and the wrist injuries. So never bend your wrist, and you always hit with the center of your fist right here, not on the edge of your fist. Either this edge or this edge, both are wrong. Try to center your punches in the middle. Okay, so now how far do I stand from the bag? Obviously, you don't want to just stand there and hit the bag like a robot, even though there's drills that we do like that. They have a different purpose. When you just want to do a free round on the bag, you want to make sure that you can dance around the bag, right? Keep a range between you and your bag for your straight punches where you can actually hit the bag, right? And you have a little bit of momentum behind your punch. If you stand too close to the bag and you're throwing these short punches, you're not going to have enough power in your punches. If you stand too far and you try to reach, you're going to develop a couple of bad habits. One is you're going to lean over your lead foot, especially with the right hand, and that's a terrible habit. And two, you're going to be popping a lot of elbows, and you hyperextend your elbows. Another bad habit. So you want to find your range, right? where you actually can extend your arms without leaning over your lead foot. So it's like, right, sitting on a saddle or in a saddle, and when you punch, you don't hyperextend or lean over. 2, find an area on the bag and put a duct tape at your height level, right? Nose, mouth, or eye level. For me, it's around the ringside logo in here. If you don't have a logo, or if you're too tall or too short for it, put a duct tape in this area and put another duct tape underneath where you imagine it's your belt, so you don't punch below that area and you keep your punches in between here. Cool. Always try to punch at your eye level, and always bring your hands back to your face. When you hit the bag, there's a couple of mistakes people learn when they hit the bag. The first one is punching through the bag, and this is what happens when you punch through. As you can see, right away the bag starts swinging, and it's hard to control, and you end up, like the bag's not supposed to swing that much. You can, if you know what you're doing, okay, that's fine. It can swing like that while you dance about it. But if you're new, the bag shouldn't swing like this. The solution for this, there's 2 ways to solve this problem. 1, you have somebody hold the bag for you. That's the easiest one. Somebody will be in the back holding the bag while you're punching it. 2, instead of punching through, right, pop your punch. Pop your punch. We don't want to, throw haymakers all the time on the bag. Just a little pop. The less time your hand lasts on the bag, the less sway the bag is going to develop. However, as you punch, sometimes, you get carried away, the bag starts swaying. Now, I want to control it while it's swaying. If I punch the bag while it's going away from me, it's a little tricky, right? So try to think about this one. If I punch it while it's swaying away from me, I'm actually adding more to the sway, just by little tiny punches. If it's swaying and I want to control it, I punch it on its way back. And now the bag stops swaying. So develop this habit, right? Learn when to punch and how to punch. Punching through is never a good idea on the bag unless somebody's holding the bag and you know what you're doing. Now, controlling the bag, swaying the bag, moving around the bag, right? You always want to move in a circular motion against the bag. The bag has always to be the center of your focus. So you can actually draw a line here at the end of your reach for straight punches, right? And just dance around it in this position. Again, punching high, eye level, right? Remember to punch high. That's footwork. Head movement. Can I incorporate head movement with that? Absolutely. Simple head movement. As simple as squat and jab, right? Squat, jab, or cross. So boom, 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 boom. Also, I can slip and counter punch. Slip to the right, come back with a counter punch. See, it's swinging. I can control it right away. Slip left, hook. This is a little bit more intermediate level. And that's really how to hit the heavy bag with straight punches. I'm going to show you a few simple combos that you can play with, right? Straight punches first, and then we'll add a little bit of hooks to it at a closer range, because when you throw hooks, you need to be closer. So straight punches, combos. First one, double jab. Very simple. Jab cross. And remember, retreating your hand is a part of the punch. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, cross, jab. Jab, cross, jab, cross. So jab, 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 cross, jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, jab, cross, jab, cross. Also, go into the body, jab, jab. So first to the body, second to the head. We can add the right hand too. Also, one of my favorite is ascending combo, right? 6 punches. We start on the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Squat, start low. Boom, 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 boom. And that's a very cool combo. 6. And that's some simple straight punch combos. All right. The hooks. We can add the hooks now to our work. Now, obviously, the hook is a shorter punch than the straight punch, right? For that reason, I need to come closer. I don't want to be too close, though. I want to be just closer. And when I throw hooks on the bag, for beginners, I always say, keep your fist or your palm facing you like that. Right, remember, I'm sure you heard about the debate, palm facing down or facing you. At this stage, palm facing you, the inside of your fist facing you. In this position, I'm going to give you this angle here, right? Remember to always punch from your hip too. And keep your arm here, chin down. And when you target the bag, right, if I'm centered facing the bag here, I don't want to punch here my hooks. I want my hooks to be in this angle, right? Not all the way on the side of the bag, but in the angle, the corner of the bag, here and here, right? And I can do drills with the hooks alone at the beginning. Right hook. Left, right. This is body shots, all of these. Right, left, double the lefts to the body, right? Two lefts and one right. And the right comes off the last left. And then we can play with that, right? Body, body, head. We go left to the body, right to the body, left to the head. Very cool combo. Also, we can make them 4. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. And always to the body, try to squat a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Real time. And always remember to bring your hands back to your face. So easy to develop the habit of keeping your hands here when you punch, right? Right here. Terrible habit. Keep them up. They get tired. That's a part of getting stronger, is keeping your hands up. Protect yourself as all times. Cool. So now let's mix the straights with the hooks. First combo, the most basic boxing combo. Jab, cross, hook. Notice that little lean. Again. A little lean with a little step. I need to reach, right? Another combo I like is the jab, left hook. Lean in. You have to reach for the hook, right? I can step in behind it too. So I can throw jab from a distance. When I set up my hook, I step in, right? And then I come out. I can step in right behind the jab or as I load the hook. Cool. Another cool combo I like with the hooks is the cross, hook, cross. So 1, 2, 3. Cross, hook, cross. What else? Jab, cross, hook, cross. Basic, very popular combo too. When I have a hook in mind, I want to step closer, especially with my jab. I always try to step behind the jab, right, to set up for my hooks. I can go jab, body hook. Very important combo in boxing too. Jab to the head, body hook. You're setting up your body hook with the jab. I can do a jab, body hook on the right side. Set up my right hook with the jab and come out. Tuck your chin always. I can do a jab cross, body hook too. I don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of combos, but these are some ideas for you to play with, all right? And as always, don't develop bad habits. So let's talk about bad habits. First bad habit is when I punch, people catch themselves. I don't think they catch themselves. I catch people doing this all the time, leaning in. Right? Don't lean in. Sit tall. Use your feet for distance and range. Right? Come out. People punching low, always. You know, it's hard to keep punching hard, so you stop punching low. And you develop that habit. If you're going to spar or you're going to fight, you're going to be punching to the shoulders always because you trained yourself on the back to do that. That's why we use a marker, right? Remember the duct tape? Use that. Winding the hooks like that. Terrible idea. Your right hook never winds. Your right hook is already in winding position. Left hook, winding the hook like that. Another terrible idea. Wind from the body before you throw. Wind from the body. Punching with the inside of your fist. Elbow straight. Terrible idea. Right? The hook doesn't look like that. Punching with the bottom of your fist, where your hook is actually your elbow pointing downward. That's a terrible idea too, right? Remember, your hook has to be on the same level of the fist or higher. Same level of the fist or higher. Cool? So these are just quick tips for you on your first lesson. Remember, this is your first lesson on the heavy bag, and we're going to record more advanced videos for you. Play with this, revisit this video over and over and over again, and ask yourself the same questions. Do I have these habits? Do I drop my hands? Do I lean forward? Do I punch with my elbows down, right? Am I hurting my wrist? If your wrist is hurting, chances are you're throwing your hooks wrong, right? If your thumb is hurting, chances are you're catching the bag in the wrong angle with your hand. So work with that, fix them until you master your technique. Hopefully this was informative enough, and if you have any requests or questions about this video, please leave them in the comments, and I will try to put some links for you for of the boxing, like the stance, the footwork, the jab, the cross, and such. Thank you for watching, and ciao.